All right, just going to use this short little clip here to highlight different issues for everybody, but for everybody to think about. And yes, that's a noisy blue jay in the background. But coming up to the catch here, let's start from, I think the one obvious one here, Lynn. And looking at Lynn and looking at her outside shoulder. Because she's really focused on staying straight ahead towards the coxswain, that forces that outside shoulder down, forces that blade up, doesn't allow that catch to get in. So that's a good one. Right ahead of her, Anne, look at the shoulder position, much better outside shoulder position, all the head also turning and able to get it. Shauna, you could turn your head a little towards the blade, but a fairly good catch. And I like that both you and Anne just catch and move the hips horizontally. Lynn, doing that, the first thing you have to do when your shoulder's down there is raise the back. You're not in that strong position to be able to just push the hips back. You've got to raise the back first. Really strong position. Meffy, I like that your head's turned out there. I can't quite see, I can kind of see the catch. Looks really good. Just that release of the shoulder joint. Tara, really nice. Could just release that shoulder joint a hair earlier, but pretty darn good. And also I like that you're staying that body forward position and holding it. Notice that Meffy's a little bit farther over her hips than a lot of folks, but that's because she has the core strength to pull that off. We've got to go as far as your core strength can handle it, and then hold that position. And then Laura, good job with the head, but like we talked about this morning, getting a little twist. Again, that outside shoulder, inside shoulder. Outside shoulder's dropped. So the first thing that has to happen is back comes up. Especially watch you versus Tara here, right on the drive, and how you're already opened up. And therefore you're going deep, and therefore you end up coming down here at the finish rather than keeping that blade connected. And that's what we talked about on the erg afterwards a little bit. Just holding that position up there. It's just kind of for everybody to watch and think about what you're doing with your stroke in seeing it happen. We're just kind of working this front end, trying to get as much water as possible. After the end of next week, we'll circle back on the finish. But I want to get this suspension going so that we can really get the full length and strength of the stroke.